Second to Tim Burton, Chris Riddell is my favourite 21st century illustrator or artist. His designs are incredible. I love his style. And I discovered his work through Goth Girl and the Ghost of a Mouse. And when I read this, it was just, I'm not the target audience, I'm 28 years old. It is a child's book, I think maybe 7 to 12. But I thought, I kind of saw it, and the cover really caught my attention, and I fell in love with the illustrations. I thought, well, it's goth, it's gothic, I'm going to have to read it. And I did, and it's beautiful, and I've read every other Goth Girl book that comes after this. This one is amazing, and I really want to ask Riddell how much of this is inspired by Lord Byron, and I have reasons for that. So the book is described as follows. This is the description from Google Books. It says, Ada Goth is the only child of Lord Goth. The two live together in the enormously ghastly Gorham Hall. Lord Goth believes that children should be heard and not seen, so Ada has to wear clumpy boots so that he can always hear her coming. This makes it hard for her to make friends, and if she's honest, she's rather lonely. Then one day William and Emily Cabbage come to stay at the house, and together with a ghostly mouse called Ishmael, they and Ada begin to unravel a dastardly plot that Maltravers, the mysterious indoor gamekeeper, is hatching. Great fun. For a younger audience, that's a standard kind of adventure plot, but it's got the gothic elements running right through it with the large ghastly Gorham Hall, and the imagery in this is beautiful, and we have some sensational illustrations to highlight what's going on, to help you visualize things. The description itself could carry the story. But for me, as an adult, I still really appreciate those illustrations. They are just so exquisite. Absolutely love them. And just the design of Ada herself. So Ada Goth is undoubtedly, I'd put my life on it, named after Ada Lovelace, also known as the daughter of Byron. And I believe Lord Goth is at least in part modelled on Byron himself, and William and Emily Cabbage are undoubtedly named after Babbage. That, to me, just as soon as I read those names, I thought, this is made for me. It's gothic, the illustrations are perfect, the narrative is exciting, and I have Lord Byron's name tattooed to my ankle. So for me, this is everything I love in one book. And if this had existed when I was younger, granted I didn't know who Lord Byron was when I was the target audience for this, but I would have fallen head over heels in love with it and would have become quite obsessed. I am slightly obsessed. I am healthily obsessed as an adult. But as a young teen or a preteen, I would have been madly in love with this. And I just think it's absolutely sensational. The story is gripping. Obviously, it's not the most complex for an adult reader, but I think there's enough in it to keep the younger reader on their toes. The descriptive language is really colourful and very beautiful. Obviously, the illustrations are perfect, and there are so many literary references in this that every time you read it, there's just another literary reference that you'll get, and that gives it something for the adult reader. It is everything, and I love it. It's absolutely sensational. If you like literature, even if you're not the target audience, give it a read. It's fun. It'll release your inner child again. And if you do not like literature for some reason, but you like reading, then I'd say give it a go. I don't care what age you are. You will absolutely love it. It's great fun. It'll take you not long to read it all. I mean, it's a decent size. The book itself, the original release, has silver gilded pages and has got like a purple ribbon. And it's one of the most beautifully presented books I have ever seen. It's so breathtakingly beautiful. It's a Pan Macmillan book, obviously you expect quality. Released in 2013, you will love it, and it's one of my favourite children's books that was not released when I was a child. Goth Girl is brilliant, and I'm going to carry on gushing about it for a very long time. It is stunning. You will love it. Chris Riddell is a god.